Hello, welcome back. So I decided to paint, of course, something simple because it's a face. Just gonna try make it as quick as possible. I really want her to have really big eyes. So I'm just gonna try and focus on that. Just gonna do it here. Try my best not to mess up the drawing too much. Right there. Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be so low, but I think this eye is a little too low. See it right there. So we're just gonna oh, my watercolors! No, my watercolors! I'm actually blowing the. I'm gonna lift up this eye a little bit. Let me see if the nose is okay. So up to now, it's okay, I guess. And then I guess I will do, let's make sure that I, of course, I'm rough around the edges. So I do all that into the paint. I think it's okay. We don't want perfection, that's not what we're looking for. Just want to paint. So I chose the Fabriano card, I guess, the 5x7 block. Okay, sometimes even with blocks, like I don't trust the sizing sometimes, so you might want to still to stretch it, but since we're doing something small, I'm not gonna fuss about it. Let me just, I don't know if I should just start painting and accommodate the roses later. But I wanted to do like a sketch where I can accommodate some roses around her. Of course, this would be better and best to do it through Photoshop, but I don't know, there's something about just painting brings me happiness, so I'm gonna try to just do like a rough sketch and then basically go through with the paint and do watercolor. So she's gonna be submerged. I don't know. She's gonna be submerged onto a background. So hopefully that comes out. So hopefully the idea works. Let's start with that light blue, of course. Let's just wet the paper a little bit. Just gonna wet around her. The spots that I see that I could use for the paint, and I'm gonna use it. Just gonna, oh wait, what's going on? Why these look so white? Okay. You know, this is, for me, this is brand new, so it's kind of like scary, you know? It's like you're learning to drive a new vehicle. So we're just gonna slowly go through. I'm also at the same time like practicing how you can pick up paint, all kinds of good stuff. Just gonna go around. Oh my goodness, I love this blue. Isn't this gorgeous? This is beautiful. Okay. Not everywhere, of course. I think this is enough blue. Then we're gonna do the face. So I took a couple pictures from Pinterest of whichever I feel like, you know, this could be something where I can make a portrait out of it. So I'm just gonna wet. Let's use a different brush, okay? I don't want to cheat here. Lightly coat it with water and see how it does. Okay, I'm gonna leave our baby here. I'm gonna use our number 6, I believe, number 8, I'm sorry. Okay, number 8. Okay, so many colors to choose from. We're gonna do a tiny bit of ochre, of course. Just gonna go around. Wow, this is so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm just like, you know, if that happens to you, but brand new, you know, get excited. And also, you don't have to have everything brand new. You can just use your old watercolor. Of course, I have a heavy hand, so take that in consideration. I have a heavy hand. I don't know. It's kind of like, it could be a blessing or a curse. I do have a heavy hand. Try not to mix them, but we're gonna put them to work, so. I'm using Pink Mother because I want this character to be very young and fresh and just very, you know, card-like. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I could post it on eBay and sell it, not sure yet. So basically I'm just dropping, okay? And then let's just do a little bit of pink here too. Let me see what colors I haven't touched. Green, just a couple, and of course the white I haven't touched. All right, so I'm gonna do one more layer of blue. Just gonna go around. Okay. I don't know. I think that I can do blue here. Nice blue. And don't worry about all of that going all over because you're going to layer it. And if you really worry, you can always pick it up with your brush. As long as it is a good paper, it would allow you to pick up with your brush. So I'm gonna do that pink on the side. But that green is actually really nice. I'm just gonna spread it a little bit. My rose lady right here. And then I'm going to start doing my roses with that Pink Mother that we just looked at before. Previous videos, check if you haven't. Check the video. And I'm using Kuretake. 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 Don't mind me. I am crazy. All right, let me see how you start this rose, because roses are difficult. They're not easy. You said that they were easy. They're lying. Alrighty, so one petal here and one coming from here. Then we're gonna do, kind of just close it together here. Alright, we're gonna do another petal. We're gonna do another rose. I like the one here, but of course I went with the blue, so it's gonna become a little darker. It's not gonna kill you. Have to be careful when you're like doing the shape of the rose, because as you can see, it's very simple. I feel like if you put too much into it, then it becomes something else. If you give it too much effort, that's the point. Not to give it too much effort. I used to struggle. That was one of the harshest flowers for me, the rose. I hated it, by the way. Hated the rose. And now I'm going to go in and do some leaves. Wherever I feel like, okay, you know what? I can introduce some foliage here. And we're gonna build until we get something that looks like painting, right? Just gonna lift it up for you. And I'm gonna use this very number 36 on the palette. And number 36 is what? Scarlet red for the last rows. Just gonna make it a little bit more darker. They look like peonies, by the way. Not necessarily roses, but okay. And here. Here. Right there. Then now I'm going to leave this brush. I have to say goodbye brush. And let me see. Not yet. Yes. Yes, I can. Not yet. This one? Yeah. I'm gonna use this one, number 6, okay? I'm gonna go around and create some like interesting shapes and colors. I'm gonna do that blue. It's a darker blue. This one will just kind of just fill in gaps that I might have. I'm gonna cover the entire page basically. And you're probably going hysterical over her red face, but that's okay. Anywhere that I have a chance, I'm just gonna paint that blue. It's gonna be our fill out. Just filling out around here. Gonna make our painting more spontaneous too. So you notice that I have kind of just around it, not everywhere, but you can still feel and see the face. All right. Gonna let it dry a little bit. Just gonna add a little bit more dark, more blue here. And gonna make kind of like a background, like these roses are coming from. Okay, that background in there, there's all those kinds of stuff going on. Make believe that there's roses, okay? Alrighty. Okay. And we're just gonna pick up sometimes people get hysterical. They're like, oh my god, that color is all over. What's gonna happen? My face is gonna be ruined. Good paper is good to pick up. It will be fun. Will allow you to pick up water droplets. So just gonna, so you can see better, of course. I'm gonna take my number 6 and we'll go back to the model and use it. And we're gonna start preparing her face, adding some color here and there. I think that you have to watch the amount of water. So if you have a piece of napkin, this is the perfect. I like that red, of course. Just gonna place red here. I'm do it. her nose. Notice that I'm not being skimpy with the red. I'm actually just adding it in there. Now we're going to do the cheeks. And we're going to do the same thing with the other cheeky. Okay. And whatever we feel like, if I feel like I've added too much water, then you just kind of, okay? Just lower it a little bit. Notice that I haven't done anything, just going around basically with the red. I'm gonna add some orangey color right here on her eyes. And I was thinking we should add color pencil, but I'll have to wait until the paper goes back to its place. I don't know how I feel about waiting. I'm very desperate all the time, rushing. I don't know why. I'm not going anywhere, but we're just gonna excuse my craziness for now. Everywhere rushing, huh? That's terrible these days, right? Okay. I think that's also part of the daily. My brush is drying, so I just have to be careful. I don't want the colors to be too dark. Okay. And then, same color. I'm gonna finish the rest of the mouth with this color. Just leaving like some parts. Okay. Kind of a bit of that pinkish color to the cheeks. And we're gonna outline a little bit here. I say we as if we're actually painting together, but I just feel this connection. So don't mind me. Just gonna fix my chin a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. So this is with our number 6. I'm going to do her eyebrows. I'm going to use the yellow ochre again. This is a very pale, very soft skin. Kind of almost like a doll-like. So I'm just gonna use that. I'm sure you can do this with a darker skin tone as well. Okay. Now I'm going to, I hope you didn't hear that. I'm scratching my head. But anyways, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going to jump off to do the roses. This is gonna be like a really fun thing. It's gonna be fun. And of course I wanna leave space for my gold paint. So I have to be extra careful. Don't want to mess around too much. Just gonna add some dark here. Okay. Nice shadow, just to kind of like mimic the rose, understanding that there's, okay, and then here you have your first rose, and then we're gonna do the one right here. I have to do them all together, just can do one, a little darker than the other. Oh, right. I'm supposed to leave some. I'm also gonna place some shadow here. And then there's one right next to the face. So that one I'm also gonna, I don't know if I should just give it a little bit more detail, but I'm gonna try. So we're just gonna close here, make it seem like there's a rose in there. Okay. I think this is okay. Just gonna close here a little bit. And then that bottom one, we're going to add a darker tone, of course. You notice how very little has been done, and they already look like roses. So that's why I always say that roses don't need too much. All right, so now we're gonna go towards the leaves. You can, if you want to get like, if I would suggest a smaller brush, but of course I don't even listen to my own self, so you do you, okay? I feel that each of us have to bring and inspire the rest, and we're doing something to do it with that notion of inspire the younger generation, inspire who comes after you. We're not here to make amends of how you have to do things, because what if I do certain things and it doesn't work for you? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I always say know the rules to know how to break them. I know I'm a bad teacher. But that's how it is. Just gonna, some of them, not everything. You don't have to have every single petal or leaf giving you like all the details. Okay. Now I'm going to cover this area right here. That area, just going to do a little bit of that blue. Maybe a little darker, I don't know. This blue is okay. I know I'm gonna run out of this color. It's gonna be the first color. It's very lovely actually. Because it's very kind of like calming. That's the whole point, right? Chill blue. Should call it chill blue. With all the stresses away. Chill blue. dokie. Back to my picture with the model. And I looked for darker, I don't know, I found this very nice color, so we're just gonna use that one. Okay, so that's purple, okay? I'm gonna do the same on the other side. Thought I was gonna leave like a light, like a white on the eye, but I covered the whole thing. Then I'm gonna use that green. Okay. Gonna use yellow ochre, a tad bit of it for the nose, etc., just to kind of just reinforce it. You can always do this with colored pencils, but we're just gonna do watercolors, okay? Promise. Oop, oop, oop. There's a pocket of water. That's not good. Just gonna reinforce the lips. Okay, so everything that I kind of just did, I'm just basically just reinforcing. Adding the second layer basically. Just gonna keep the eyebrows very, very light, very pale. Unhairy. Just almost like she's in there, I don't know, encased in there. I'm gonna outline her face because I'm just gonna separate a little bit from the background. Oh, whoops. I'll stop purple color. You really did not pick it up. Now it did. I'm gonna do the same thing here. And right where her eyes are, just to separate the head a little bit. And we're gonna drag. Okay. All I love about watercolors that kind of just mimic. Okay. I'm gonna come back to the nose. That purple is bomb, by the way. And we're going to lift over here. Put some purple on her nose. That'll do that really nice shadow. Gonna do the nostrils. Back of the nostrils a little bit. I ran out of water, ironically. Here too. We're gonna do the same thing here. Excuse me, pardon me. Here's a bucket of water, bucket of water. And we're gonna use that black color. You know what? I'm gonna use white. Let's do it. Just gonna use that white around the eyes. Just gonna try expand here. Why not? White watercolor is not the same as gouache, but it'll do the trick. Just gonna put some white over here. See how it looks. Okay. It did change a little. Okay. And I'm gonna start doing some hair and bulbs, like the actual rose bush or whatever it is coming out of her brains. I know it sounds weird, but it looks better on paper than the actual idea. Okay. And then just make sure that I kind of just close it there. We got a blue. Okay, now we're gonna go back on my picture, of course. So I'm using 2 reference photos, and I don't know if this brush will be useful for this. I have another one that came like in a package. No, actually, I bought this one. Comparing sizes to see if that one aligner will do. Let's do this one. This is from, I don't know. Point is that we're gonna use it. So this thing, we're just gonna do some bulbs coming out. Kind of just, I don't know if I can do it or not. We're just gonna start here, okay? And then we're gonna do one here and a bulb coming from here close. I'm gonna do another one. Gonna wet it. Gonna do still like thinking how we're gonna do this. Coming from here, I guess. Coming from here. And right here. Everything crossed because I just want to mimic the hair, but it's actually the bulbs of roses growing out. And then from here. And we can do one coming from here, like this. All right. And then we're gonna fill it up. And then we're gonna add that gold paint. What do you think? That's gonna look beautiful. I'm gonna get the bulb painted. Very easy. Okay, there's one. Different colors, so we don't get tired. And here too, and then the one that we just did. One over here. I think that's enough. I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible. And we're gonna add more color later on, so I'm gonna be filling up. I'm gonna go back to the model. And we're gonna finish the eyes. Let me see. This one is still pretty wet. See it? So I'm just gonna go around it. But this one is pretty dark and pretty dry. I'm gonna take my black, since this kuretake is pretty intense. We're just gonna mark the eyes. Okay. I'm just gonna and the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes when you add that like the black color onto a painting but you do the lining, just it looks more fake, so I'm trying not to do that by adding okay. I'm gonna go and do the same. I think because it's already wet, it's not gonna give me too much trouble. So I'm just gonna wet it around. See? And then do the same thing on the top. And we're also gonna do it from the bowl. And then of course, I'm gonna expand that black color. I'm going to take that orange color and I'm going to redo the eyebrows. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Just add a little bit more orange on the top. And the same thing on the mouth. And I'm missing one bulb over here, so I'm just gonna okay. Just gonna do one line. And then I'm going to close up on the mouth. So I'm just gonna take my really dark red and we're just gonna do right on that line. What do you think? Could be better? Of course, always is. Let me see. It could always be better. That's why we practice. I don't want to do, as of yet, I don't want to do no wash. So, let me see my eye over here. We're just gonna add some white paint. Let me see how it does on the eye over here. Both eyes. Of course, one looks more cranky than the other, but it's not gonna kill us, okay? Do more white paint. I really like this white paint. I'm obsessed, kuretake. And here, Just kind of separate this. Right in the middle, I want to do just some and also over here. I'm going to shorten the eye a little bit. I think it's okay. Okay. I'm gonna do the eyelashes with that purple. So that's gotta be fun. Get rid of that purple here. I'm gonna do the same thing on that side. Gonna close in. Okay. We're gonna do the eye again. Mm-hmm. There. And so there. I'm going to do some sort of hair coming out. It's kind of too bold. And then I'm gonna take my gold, so I'm just gonna move everything away. Let's see if I can just, right where the gold goes, just kind of pick up watercolor gold. Just gonna do, not everywhere, but some of it that will have some gold. So some of it will have some gold around. Just have to be careful. Whoops, this is too dry. So let me see right here. The point is, when you're lifting up the card or the paper, that you can see those little veins of gold coming through, shining through. Gives it this really nice handmade feeling to it. I'm obsessed with vintage and handmade things that are difficult, or vintage drawings are also really cool. So that's where I got the idea. Pigmentation, of course. I always forget that I'm actually showing you guys. Sorry. I do it on the eyes just a little bit. Right there and right here. The point is that when someone is turning the card that way, that the little pebbles of gold, swirls of gold can shine through. All right, I think we're done. Thank you so very much for staying with me this long, if you have, for watching, and if you have, for sharing my work. I think she's fine just like that. You don't want to do too much either, because okay. I hope that you enjoy this demo, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Take good care of yourselves, and on top of things, like if you don't have any of these things, you don't have to have like the exact materials, because I remember very well when I started off, I started with a package of yarca, and I did most of my watercolors with yarca, and it was perfectly fine. However, when you grow up a little bit onto your art, then you want to experiment with different things and different materials, and I believe that's the reason why they're there. So you can explore and you can try out all kinds of materials to do your work. I feel that a happy painter is the one that has, I just feel like the happy painter is the one that has like everything on their hands. Like, these are my materials, this is what I need, this is what I'm going to do and create with, and doesn't get frustrated because it doesn't have the right tools. So if you're starting off, you can definitely use these videos for practice, for your own studies. Just don't say like, this is my creative, you know how it is. But most of it I like to share and I like to give, and I love to show how I create and how I do things, and with the same purpose that is passed on. I remember when I started watercolors, I used to watch, I forgot her name, but I think her name was Rose, and she used to do these beautiful roses, and I just admire her so much. So I just feel the same. So I'm just glad that there's people out there that create and allow people to just watch their their I was gonna say products, but yeah, their paintings, and you can learn from them. So it's actually pretty cool how advanced we are at the same time. But anyways, let's just go take somewhere else. Take good care of yourselves. I hope that you enjoy, and share it and like it and subscribe. I don't bite, okay? And I'll see you on the next one. I hope you like it. We're going to sign it. I'm gonna sign it in gold because I feel fancy. But I hope that you like the demo. I hope that you like how this curita can work on Fabriano. Remember that this is a aquarello, and this one says enhance, improve color lifting, blah blah blah, increase surface resistant, vegan friendly quality, and this one is cold press. We use the 5x7, and of course sometimes, even though it's a block, the sizing is always kind of like in there, but you catch my drift. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day or night, wherever. It depends where you're looking at, where you're seeing this video from. Take good care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.